And in case you don't know, the selling season has officially begun for the Braves. Somebody actually wanted Rafael Montero. He goes to the Tigers in exchange for a kid by way of Alabama. Played for the Crimson Tide, minor league shortstop Jim Jarvis, who's 24 years old, who is at Double-A, and he's just a body.
Roll down Tide.
I don't mean to say anything disrespectfully, but you look at his numbers, he's essentially a warm body. It's a surprise they got anything for Rafael Montero.
Well, now,
truth be told,
that was a pile on a little bit because you basically said, I'm surprised they got anything.
Yeah, he's a bum.
This kid is nothing.
They traded a bum for a warm body.
Okay. But he's the future.
No, he's not.
We sent away a little bit of the past in Montero, and now we have, I don't know, something for the future. Somebody that will be down maybe when we see him in Northport. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll be on a backfield. I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, this Marcell Ozuna thing is going to get interesting because Seattle made the deal. They got Suarez. And I had mentioned Seattle and Texas, San Diego to some degree. They're the ones that were most likely because you are talking about a guy who has no glove, literally. Now, he might have a glove that he packs for sentimental reasons. There might be a glove in his locker. I've seen him at first base,
right,
too. He might have two gloves.
Sometimes to pass the time, they put him at first base. And I've watched, he's got 36 home runs, so he can hit. Eugenio Suarez, but I've watched him play third base. He really shouldn't have a glove either.
Yeah, but when you hit 36 home runs, they put you someplace.
Right, because you can hit.
Yeah, and now in Seattle, he's going to hit. And we had said Texas, Seattle, maybe a little bit of San Diego thrown in. That seemed to be the market for Marcell Ozuna. Maybe somebody's looking for an extra piece to come off the bench, which, again, I could certainly see him filling that role for a contender. I think there are matchups that work for us. You might not be our everyday DH. Maybe that's the deal that's going to come. It's not going to be a place that was screaming they needed another full-time bat.
And Buster Olney from ESPN, our friend of the show, reported about an hour ago that there's no traction right now. As of right now, there's no traction for Marcell Ozuna. But we know the trade deadline is coming up later on today. There could be some traction by 6 o'clock. There's plenty of time, relatively speaking.
There was something done last night because it wasn't done. The Sacramento A's had a chance to win a game in a safe situation. Mason Miller did not go in. Mark Kotze, their manager, said, no, he was available. They just held him out because that's what sometimes you do. I don't pitch him tonight because somebody else is close to a deal. I think Toronto probably has an interest. San Diego has an interest. There are a couple of teams that have an interest in the guy that I would love to get here in Mason Miller.
In the meantime, the Braves did add to their bullpen. They get Tyler Kinley for Enyel De Los Santos, as in Enyel De Los Santos is designated for assignment. Tyler Kinley going to be in the bullpen. He's a guy that's bounced around a little bit, pitched in Colorado, as everybody seemingly does, had a bad ERA in Colorado. Again, it's another warm body to put in the bullpen. That's where you are right now if you're the Braves.
So it's 10:00 whatever. What is it right now? I can't see the clock.
10:07.
Okay, 10:07, I'm going to say something. We just now, it's trade deadline day. The Braves should be in, because this is what we've lived in the last few years, a position of, okay, how do we get better to win the division?
Like on this date a few years ago, they traded for Shane Green and Mark Melancon, and now you're doing this a few years later.
Well, I was going to put it this way. I just want you to think about in about a 2-minute span on July 31st on trade deadline day. Eric Fetty, Joey Wentz, Carlos Carrasco, Montero. Who else did we just mention?
Someone named Tyler Kinley.
Okay. And what about the kid from Alabama?
He's a shortstop.
Yeah, what's his name?
Jim Jarvis. Double J.
Right. So we just mentioned those people. That was the Braves talk. Because the win yesterday, while Joey Wentz was good enough to win yesterday, but we lost another one-run game on a game where we really didn't do much.
I was shocked they had runners on first and third with nobody out in the 10th and couldn't score. I got to tell you, that's very unusual.
It was a leadoff triple. You didn't score either. So, again, whatever. The fact that we just mentioned the names we mentioned, rat-tat-tat style, I think that was 6 or 7 names on trade deadline day, and it included Eric Fetty, Carlos Carrasco, and a kid who played shortstop at Alabama.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Nobody saw this coming. Of all the things we never saw coming, this may top the list.
All right, if I was going to close my eyes, I'm going to go back to March 15th, and we're in Northport, and go, July 31st. Yeah, I wonder what we're going to get in the trade deadline. This could be good. What? Jim Jarvis.
I mean, we've been working together almost 30 years.
Yeah.
This is top 3, is it not? You never say it's the top. I know.
No.
But this is top 3 of things we never saw coming.
Well, I never saw coming that we would be mentioning the people we just mentioned in a segment when we were supposed to be talking about what the Braves might be doing at the trade deadline to try to help them win a World Series. None of that other stuff is happening. It was this instead of that.
Well, here is Jeff Passan.
Not that.
Who is scheduled to join us Monday when all of this passes. Jeff Passan stating the obvious when it comes to pitching at the major league level.
The inventory for pitching is just not very high. It's why you hear Dylan Cease's name out there, even though the Padres are going for a playoff spot. It's why Charlie Morton has a chance to really fetch a pretty decent price. And Charlie Morton was one of the worst pitchers in baseball for the first month and a half of the season. No, not one of the worst. He was the worst pitcher in baseball for the first month and a half of the season. And yet now, to some teams, he's among the most desired starting pitchers out there. So the prices are high still. That's why there hasn't been a whole lot of action. I feel like the dam's going to break soon, though.
I got a better one. Justin Verlander. Giants basically announced yesterday that Justin Verlander, is yours if you want him. And you can laugh, but he's given up 1 run in his last 10 innings. And that's a guy that if I was a contender, I would take. They can't get anything for him. You're going to have to pay the back end of a $15 million deal, which means I'm really not going to give you anything if I have to pay for him. I would take Justin Verlander over all of them. Like, listen to what I just said, over all of them. I would take him over Dylan Cease. I would take him over Charlie Morton. I would take him over anybody else. I'd drop him in my clubhouse, and I would just see if whatever it is could rub off. And if his 1 run in 10 innings, now he gets amped up to actually being a contender again, that's the guy that I would look at because he's going to cost me nothing but money.
Could be some home runs tonight in Cincinnati. Whenever the Braves hit home runs, remember, you save off a full set of Cooper or Goodyear tires the next day only at Tire Discounters. You also get a free oil change and alignment. TireDiscounters.com/Braves. Joey Wentz was magnificent yesterday, but no one's really going to talk about it. Scoreless. 6 2/3 is what the line was for Joey Wentz when all was said and done, but nobody's going to remember it because in 10 they lose 1-0.
Right, because, again, you had a leadoff triple and you didn't score. What was kind of nice is his peepaw was in the building last night.
He's from that area. He had like 20 family members in the stands watching him.
His grandfather had season tickets. He had actually grown up because, remember, that's an old statement. I don't know. I just did. I just think it's, I don't know what he calls it.
Is that a Missouri thing? I was wondering.
No, on a Pops. I think he had a hat on that said Pops, actually. So maybe that's what he's known as.
What do you want to be called when your daughters finally have kids? Just Grandpa?
I haven't thought about it, really. Let me think about it. I'll let you know by the end of the show.
I want to be called Poppy.
Is that what you want to be called? Yeah. You thought about this?
Let's go to Poppy's house, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have given it some thought.
Yeah, it's got a nice sort of upbeat ring.
Certainly not Peepaw.
Yeah, no, I think Peepaw is sort of humorous. I just thought it's I've heard it. I don't know. I must have heard it someplace. Somebody must be called Peepaw. Meemaw,
but
right? Isn't that
yes,
what
Meemaw is another term that I've heard used. But those numbers by Joey Wentz, your Wellstar Wellstat of the day. At Wellstar, our patients are the center of everything we do. Nationally ranked, locally recognized for high-quality care, inclusive culture, and exceptional doctors and caregivers. Visit wellstar.org to learn more. Wellstar, more than healthcare. People
I know why I was thinking of Peepaw. The other day I put up on Twitter, there was a picture of, was it Charlie Huff, who was pitching for the Royals? No, who the hell was? No, Gaylord Perry. Gaylord Perry was like 45 years old pitching for the Royals.
And he looked like he was 7.
It was his actual baseball card. I said, look, it's bring your Peepaw to work day. And then they gave him a nice uniform. And wait, let's take a picture of him. Wait, is that guy active? Yeah, it's his baseball card.
People
that's
didn't
what it
really
looked like.
age the same way.
No.
Back then.
No.
There's a lot of, cigarettes and rum probably consumed by Gaylord Perry.
That guy was a starting.
Not necessarily in that order.
That guy was a starting pitcher. And again.
He's a 300-game winner. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I know what he is. I'm just telling you, he was still pitching. He looks 70 years old. And you could say whatever you want about today's athletes. You can say a lot about him. But do you think facing Gaylord Perry, now look, cheater, whatever. I don't care.
I think a lot of times he didn't do anything. He was messing with you. A lot of times he would go to the brim on his cap. There was nothing there. He was pressing your buttons, essentially.
My point is,
if you're cheating, you're not making it that obvious you're cheating.
If you tell a guy playing you tell Nick Allen right now, I show a picture. He doesn't know what Gaylord Perry is. I show him a picture of Gaylord Perry, and I say, you know what? There was a night when you would have faced this guy. Nick Allen would have slept at the stadium. He would have been so excited to hit the next
Now,
guy.
for those that don't know, Gaylord Perry was known for throwing the spitball. A lot of times the umpires would come out to the mound and check his hat, check his belt, check all over his body.
Well, what he would do is he would flick his hand everywhere, all over himself. And somebody said something funny. He's now so old he forgot where he put it, meaning Vaseline.
He fooled himself.
He keeps hunting. He's looking all over the place. Where the hell did I put that?
There was a game he was pitching against the then Indians, and he was throwing like a rosin ball. Like there was smoke coming out every time he threw a pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did that, but he did it.
It's Vaseline plus dirt plus the rosin. Yeah, it shouldn't be legal. But I guess it was, where he was pitching at 45 years old for the Kansas City Royals.
Well, thanks to Joey Wentz, you can get a nice, clean car shine worthy of the majors. It was a clean 4th inning yesterday, and courtesy of Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Their clean inning car wash celebration is today. All new members can get half off their Best Wash membership For the first month, visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information. We also found out yesterday that Ronald Acuña Jr. has initially diagnosed with an inflammation of his right Achilles. He's now got a lower calf strain. And a lot of people are assuming he's going to be back. I'm not assuming that.
I'm just going by what I did at chiropractic school on Dead Fred.
Yeah.
Lower calf is actually your Achilles. I'm not sure why maybe
the same neighborhood, if nothing else.
Of course. Like right above it, were they able to pinpoint? No, it's not the Achilles. I want you to pull up Gray's Anatomy or something right now on your computer if you had a computer, and go to the backside view, and then basically see where the lower calf is and where the Achilles is. They're related, like they're family. So maybe there was a place that you pinpointed, but what do we know that happened in the NBA Finals this year?
Let's see. Well, it happened a couple of times. First of all, Tyrese Halliburton popped his Achilles because he had a lower calf strain in the NBA Finals. And then in the playoffs, it was Jason Tatum who had a calf injury and popped his Achilles. Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant. I mean, there's 4 names right there off the top of my head that had the similar injury that turned into a torn Achilles. So there was no reason for him to play. People were saying, well, he wants to add to his legacy. Listen, he's going to be out at least 3 weeks. And I don't think like a month of baseball in September is going to really add to his legacy.
No. But I did say yesterday, if you look at his home run and RBI totals, because he's missed time for injury, he's 250 home runs. He's not. He's like 179. He's like 600 RBI. He's not. He's like 440 something. I'm not telling you that's first and foremost, but I also understand when you've missed a lot of time, you do start to think about, wow, am I now going to miss out on the numbers? And he will. Those are numbers you can't get back. And by the way, the stolen base thing, he's at 200. Good for him. What do you think he finishes with stolen base-wise?
Not really the pace that he was on to start his career.
Exactly.
So,
and those numbers are gone, and you have to convince yourself that those numbers are gone, but it hurts. Would I like to play 2 months of baseball if I'm him, if I'm healthy? Hell yeah. Would I like to play baseball if I'm him, if I'm kind of healthy? Hell yeah. The problem is, I know what that injury is.
I don't blame him for wanting to play. I admire the fact that he's going to want to play. But the Braves have to protect Ronald Acuña Jr. from himself in this instance because they're playing for absolutely nothing. Nothing.
I guess there is a place where you go, oh, no. It's his calf. I go, but look right there. Right below that. That's what you got to worry about. This is what he's going to do, some calf raises to make sure he's healthy? I'm telling you the other part about stuff like this is you can feel and you can pass whatever test you have to. Look, I zigged and I zagged. NBA players, they pass the zigzag test and somebody clears them. Don't tell me you're not more susceptible because there are 4 guys. And the other thing is, it's a different sport. Yeah, I get that. Thank you. I'm fully aware.
But you're still running. You're still doing explosive movements, especially if you're Ronald Acuña Jr.
Achilles walking. What did he do, step off a curb?
I think he was in the clubhouse the second time he toured. Yeah, he just got traded, incidentally.
He did.
We'll talk about some of the deals with some local names later on.
Told you, he's going to be available. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
So here is Snit talking about Ronald Acuña Jr.'s injury after the game yesterday.
Well, I mean, it's not the Achilles, obviously, but, those calves are funny, too. The guys that, that's the big muscle for speed guys and everything. So hopefully, they get him treated up and we get him back sooner than later.
Again, that's a big muscle for a speed guy. And that's why they have to protect Ronald Acuña Jr. from himself. And people are saying he could DH. He's still got to run the bases. And remember how we tweaked it initially, running the bases.
Right.
So that's all well and good. If you want to keep him out of the outfield, he's still going to run.
Yeah, and he's going to make left-hand turns. Right, he's going to go wide.
What happened to Marcell Ozuna? He hurt his hip. He didn't play in the outfield, but he ran the bases.
Yeah.
And the hip went.
A little bit of weight thing, too.
Yeah, well, that didn't help.
Yeah. I don't want to do that on trade day or anything. I don't want to remind anybody.
But it's the matter of fact. And here is more on the timetable from Brian Snitker on the return of Ronald Acuña Jr.
George said there's really no timetable because I think everybody's different, and it's just that, it's just you watch other guys players when they go through that. I mean, it's, the calf muscle's big, and especially speed guys. So, maybe we got him out of there at a good time, and they get him treated up, and they, do a great job of getting the guys back as soon as they can. So we just have to wait and see.
Somebody on social media said he should play winter ball. That's where he can get it all back. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Who should play winter ball? Brian Snitker?
Ronald Acuña Jr. Yeah, let him go with the tweaked calf. Let him go down there and play winter ball. That's good. No, that'll work. He's not playing baseball anywhere this offseason.
He's done it for appearance sake. He's done it to actually because he wanted to. Good, he did it. That's a really big thing for some players. Foreign-born players want to go back and play.
You did it. Cross it off your list. You're not doing it this offseason.
Well, what you could do is now to me, you can be an ambassador of winter ball.
Show up with a sash.
Yeah. Hello.
Huzzah.
How are you? Yeah, again, I'm just looking at it now. The anatomy of a calf. I really am looking at this thing, and I'm just telling you, people think the Achilles is just this little thing on the back of your heel. It ain't. It goes from basically the back of your heel, kind of under it almost, all the way up to like the middle of your calf. That's where it attaches. So I'm just not really sure. I know that you're what they're saying is it's a muscle thing and they can pinpoint it. Okay. But the reason that guys tear is because when you put pressure on your calf, and again, if you have a calf, you've seen like Andres Galarraga and other guys with calves, they walk and you see that thing flex, tighten flex. These guys are athletes. That's what happens. Now start running, start cutting, and have a little bit of a lower calf injury, a pull of some sort.
Yeah, there's no reason
Yeah.
for him to come back. Get used to seeing Jared Kelnick and Eli White in right field. I'm not saying that's good, but I'm saying get used to it.
Hold on. That's 2 more names to add. This is someday. This is someday in Braves history.
If we were to tell you in February, these are the names we're going to be talking about the day of the trade deadline,
Exactly.
July the 31st, we would have said there's just no way. But yet, here we are.
It's every way. It's every way.
Chris, it's the only way.